Well, good morning. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning. And as I said yesterday, baby, it is still cold outside. Uh, we had over 550 views again on Monday, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the encouraging words and uh, to keep sharing these messages. And because we want everyone to know their worth and that they're loved and they're worth loving themselves. Um, it's, I'm looking out my window right now, and yeah, it's cold outside, but it's also beautiful. The icicles are hanging on the trees, on my grill, on my chairs, everywhere. It is a winter wonderland that we do not get a whole lot here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And so I'm just enjoying watching the kids outside on their sleds and parents falling down in my little community. Uh, Trust me, I'm not getting outside. Uh, I want to make this comment. Isn't it funny how we live inside the lies that we believe? You know, Monday we talked about those lies and who are telling us those lies and where did those lies come from. Hey, Donna, thanks for joining me. We talked about that on Monday, and uh, last year I began this self-love journey, and I read this amazing statement, and I'm going to put my glasses on because I want to read it to you. It says, "People and things." Good morning, Donna Davenport. Thank you for joining me. Uh, it says, "People and things don't stop our pain or heal our hearts." I want to read that to you again. People and things don't stop our pain and heal our hearts. What I found in this statement to be the truth is that it is my responsibility and my responsibility only to love me, to love myself. That's a huge responsibility. If you're looking outside of yourself for your partner, your boyfriend, your spouse, your parents, whoever, to love you, it's your responsibility. Uh, in the past, I know we have told ourselves many things about to deny this pain that many of us have and have had inside of us. One thing I know I have said, it's no big deal. I don't. Uh, I can get through this one more time. They really didn't mean to say those hurtful things to me. Um, we push those things down and we deny those things. Morning, Connie, Star, and Kathy. Thanks for joining me. We deny those hurts sometimes because they're just familiar things that we get used to that are said to us, but we deny those hurts and those painful things. So we don't want to feel the pain. Well, much like grief, um, we must feel the pain. We've got to feel the pain before we can heal the heart and move forward. I want to share with you. I've not shared with anybody yet, but I've got a new book coming out in the next few months about grief and living through grief and being able to move forward through grief. You know, they say write about what you know. And when I lost Jim, almost will be 3 years in October, I walked through this pain and I have a lot to share, things that I learned through that. But I had to feel the pain. And sometimes we have to feel the pain before we can love ourselves the way we deserve to be loved. I told you Monday that I was going to unpack some things today of how and what the first step that I took on this journey before I could move forward from all the pain that I was experiencing. Remember, I told you in my last video chat that I shared some of my God story with you. Hey, Joe Evelyn, miss you, girl. I told you some of the lies that I began to believe about myself, that I was unlovable, I was damaged goods, I was a failure, and I was steeped in rejection. Those are the lies that I began to believe because of the experiences and the words that people had said to me. And I chose to believe those words. But things changed for me, and I want to share with you just briefly a little bit about the first step that it took for me to quit believing those lies. Now, it wasn't a quick fix, and I will continue to share those things with you as we move forward on this journey. But today I want to share with you how it started and where it first began. It began on September the 14th, 1997. It began at First Baptist Church in Shelbyville, Tennessee, on a Sunday morning when the pastor, his message was about forgiveness. Well, to be honest with you, forgiveness was not on my radar. I did not want to forgive the people that had hurt me, the people that had rejected me. I did not want to forgive that. I didn't want to forgive them. They didn't deserve to be forgiven. And to be honest with you, I didn't know if God would even forgive me. You know, the heathen that I was, the mistakes that I made, the bad choices that I had made. I didn't even know if God would even consider forgiving me. But as the pastor continued to speak that day, my heart began to soften. And he spoke from 2 Corinthians 5:17, when he said that old things are passed away and all things can become new. 5:17, old things can be passed away and all things can become new with him. And that sort of perked me up a little bit and made me listen a little bit. Let me tell you, I had been in church all my life. You may think I never darkened the doors, but no, I was in church every Sunday, 3 times a week at Sharpsville Church of Christ in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I had heard about this Jesus all my life. But that day, something changed in my life. And I went from looking for love in all the wrong places, which I did, to knowing who was love. And I accepted him as my personal savior that day. Remember, you will one day have to stand alone, just like I did that day, and make those decisions. There's nobody can make those decisions for you. Nobody's ever going to be there with you. So that day I went from being a victim of some horrific things to a new life and a new beginning. I found hope. Let me tell you, folks, there was been a time in my life that I had no hope. I lost all hope. And I know many of you that are out there can understand what that feels like, having no hope. And that's one reason I love to speak into you the truths that I myself have experienced, because there was a time I had no hope. I had messed my life totally up. But that's the good thing about this God that I'm talking about, is that he is a God of love, mercy, and forgiveness. He's a God of new beginnings, new chances, new do-overs. He will accept you exactly where you're at. You don't have to clean up, perform, do anything to receive that kind of love. And I want to insert this. If you have never experienced that kind of love, now I'm not talking about how many times you go to church. I'm talking about receiving that kind of love. All you got to do is go into my message and talk with me. I would love to speak with you a little more on that subject. If you are interested, please message me. There's a guy named Paul Buse who said, "Forgiveness does not change the past, but it does enlarge our future." Hey, Terry, love you, girl. I'll read that again. Forgiveness does not change the past, but it does enlarge our future. Jeremiah 29:11 says, I have this on my desk right here. It says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, Sherry, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and hope." Plans to prosper you guys, and plans not to harm you, but to give you a hope and a future. And boy, what a future he has given me. He opened, hey, Carlene Beasley, he has given me a hope and a future that that I just can't explain to you right now. He has opened more opportunities for me. He has given me love, and has put people in my life that has loved me unconditionally. And on Friday, I'd like to unpack some more of the steps that I've taken to love myself, because I know those are things that you want to know about. So that's what we're going to unpack Friday. And I hope you join me. Share these videos on your page, so that we want everyone to feel the love, to feel their worth. I hope you join me on Friday. I've got some more amazing things to share with you throughout this month of February as we talk about love, loving ourselves, loving others, and more than anything, receiving love and knowing your worth. Knowing your worth. So today, may your day be filled with love, peace, joy, and kindness. All of those things that you deserve. Know that I love you. bunches. See you Friday.